Hello and welcome to today's pick a card reading on what is blocking your blessings. So we're basically going to be asking ourselves, what blockages are you guys facing that is preventing certain things from manifesting into your life? So we have 6 groups here, so you guys can either choose the image or the number that most resonates with you. I will include the timestamps for each group below, and then we can get started. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what is blocking your blessings. So first, I drew some oracle cards and some tarot cards. And once I go through these, we're going to draw a few more cards. But to start off with, here we have patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. We have past lives. Release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. And we have intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. So with these 3 cards, I feel like for this group, many of you could be dealing with some past life karma where that's causing you now to feel impatient in regards to what is happening in your life. So maybe you're working to achieve something and things are not happening in the way that you want. And so your challenge in this lifetime and at this present moment is to overcome your impatience with the divine timing, or just trusting that things are going to unfold exactly when they're supposed to. And maybe intuitively, you may understand that things take time, but your logical mind is still questioning why you haven't achieved certain things yet, or why certain things haven't happened the way that you wanted them to. Okay, so now we're going to get into the tarot cards to hopefully clarify or shed some more light on the situation. So first we have the 6 of Wands clarified by the 7 of Swords. So I do feel like some of you publicly have are very charismatic. You may have a lot of confidence. People may sort of look up to you, whether you know it or not, as someone that they kind of want to emulate. You could be in a leadership position, some of you. But with the 7 of Swords, I do feel like when other people are out of the room and you're alone, you do have a lot of doubts. You do second guess yourself. You may secretly want to shy. If you're in a leadership position, you may have imposter syndrome, which is when basically you feel like you don't deserve to be in the position you're in. You may want, secretly wish you weren't even in this position in the first place, and that someone else had to have the responsibilities that you're now carrying. Then we have the Tower card clarified by the 9 of Pentacles. So with the Tower card here, I do feel like many of you could, because of this past life karma, the only way to move past this is to sort of destroy this foundation, right? Because this foundation here is your past lives and this is your current life. And things aren't going to continue to be built on top of one another in terms of your spiritual growth or your personal growth until we sort of destroy what we have going on now and rebuild. Okay, so destroying your ideas behind when things should happen, destroying this fear you have about your leadership skills or who you are as a person, stepping into your purpose, stepping into who you're meant to be. There's a lot of issues around that, and until you sort of break this down, you're not gonna be able to achieve what you want to achieve. Okay, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles here to clarify the Tower. So this is a person who, they seem to have it all, but on the inside, like this woman here, she She's not feeling confident. She kind of looks sad, right? So that's kind of where you are now. Like you seem to have everything going for you, but deep down inside, things are not unfolding the way you want them to, and it's leaving you feeling unsatisfied with life, wishing for more, wishing things could change, wishing you maybe hadn't gone down this path. Okay, so then we have the Empress, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So with the Empress here, this is kind of who you're meant to be moving forward, because the Empress is someone who, you know, they use their intuition, they have abundance, they're confident. This is kind of like the path, as long as you're able to overcome this past life karma, trust your intuition more, be more patient with the universe, you're heading in the direction of embodying this Empress energy. And then the Six of Pentacles, to me, that's signifying your intuition. So just receiving the messages, trusting that what you're receiving is meant for you at that present time. All that is going to help you overcome a lot of these issues you could be having. Okay, then with the Hanged Man here, I feel like this card is saying that, you know, if the universe hears what you're asking for and they want to give it to you, but they know if they gave it to you, you would mess it up. Okay, and that's the thing about manifestation and why a lot of people, when they try to manifest things, they don't receive them. It's because if they had them being who they are at that present moment, they wouldn't be able to hold on to that thing, or something would go wrong, basically. Okay, so everything you're going through right now it's supposed to be, it's how it's supposed to be. And use your intuition to understand what parts of yourself that you need to heal, so that, you know, you're not feeling like the Hanged Man. You're not feeling stuck in your life. You're feeling like things can move forward. But until that happens, you just kind of have to go with the flow and heal some of these deeper wounds. And then the Hanged Man is clarified by the Nine of Cups. So again, the universe hears what you want, but you're not going to get it until you resolve some of these deeper issues you have within yourself. Okay, so I'm going to pull some more. Wow, she's gone blurry. I'm going to pull some more cards. Also with the Hanged Man, with one half of the card being dark and the other half being light, I do feel like a lot of you are going back and forth over what to do next. And that's also causing you to feel stuck in your current situation. It's almost like some of you may have a lot of options over what you want to do. And maybe that's why intuition is here, is because you should be using your intuition to pick the best option and not using your ego to influence what option you pick. Okay, because maybe your ego in a past life, for example, let's say you're trying to pick a job. Okay, you're trying to pick what job you want to take. Your ego could be saying, hey, take this job that is going to pay you $70,000 a year. You're going to have to, your family will be impressed by it. Your friends will be impressed. It's going to look really good on your resume. Okay. But then your intuition is saying, okay, let's take the $56,000 a year job, because that job will actually make you happy. Okay. So even though other people aren't going to be about it, it fits who you are and it's more true to who you are. And in the long run, it's going to make you happier, even though you'll make less money. Okay, so that's just an example. I'm not saying that's exactly what you're going through, but some of you could be having an issue where your ego and your intuition are battling, and because of your past life situation, your ego right now is kind of winning out. Okay. And that's why patience is here too, because it says pause before you take action. So the universe doesn't want you to be rash and rush into things. It wants you to, really take the time to listen to your inner voice and pick the best option here. All right, so I'm going to pull some more cards. Group 1, what is blocking Group 1's blessings? What is... First we have the void. Then we have... Then we have peace. So real quick, I'm just going to look in the book for that deck and read a little bit about what those cards mean. So the void here says your time to reset and your time to rest and reset is here. Release all that does not serve you. Stop resisting. The void is a time of possibility, not just darkness. There is nothing to fear in letting go of negative patterns and habits, so let go of the old. So that, again, that's going back to your past lives. Okay, and the Tower card. The Tower card is your reset. And the Hangman here is your rest. Everything is unfolding exactly how it should. Then I'm going to read a little bit about what the Peace card means. Peace of mind is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. Refuse drama and do not freely engage with people who use drama as a weapon. Stop fighting. Allow yourself to rest for a while. When we let what we no longer need go, we make room for peace. So with the Peace card here, that's going back to the Six of Wands and the Seven of Swords. This could also be talking about how you're letting other people's opinions influence the choices that you're making moving forward, when really you need to get away from these people in order to make the best possible decision for yourself. Okay. So a lot of you could benefit from isolating yourself at this time. Maybe going for walks alone in nature if you can, or, vacations or something. Just whatever moments you have to where you can quiet these other voices and really just listen to the most important voice, which is your intuition. That's going to help you make the best choice and bring you the most peace. Okay, because what you should be asking yourself when it comes to how you're making decisions that are unfolding in your life is, what is going to bring me the most peace? That's the number one concern you should have. All right, and with the Void card, releasing all those negative patterns is going to help you align more with the path that's going to bring you the most peace. I'm going to draw some more cards. Spirit, what is Group 1? First, we have surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. And then we also have surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Part of your path in this lifetime, your soul's path, is to overcome your ego, is to overcome the limitations you place on yourself, is to overcome other people's influence over you, overcome this impatience you feel with how things are unfolding in your life. You want your life to be a certain way and it's not happening in the time that you planned. But the more you go with the flow, listen to your intuition, go with the flow and listen to your intuition, the more peace you'll overall have in your life. Okay. Another thing is with surrendering to effortlessness. Okay, that means that you don't need to always be action-oriented and push. You can also take the time to get away from other people and have moments to yourself. Just just whatever the universe is telling you to do, you need to be able to tune in and listen more often and trust that whatever things are unfolding, it's meant to unfold exactly as it's happening. So group one, thank you for tuning in to this reading. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to move on to group number two. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what is blocking your blessings. So first I drew 3 oracle cards, and then we're going to get into the tarot happening here for more clarification. So the first card we have is partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. Then we have receive. Be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. Then we have magic. Make a wish. Believe in miracles. Magic surrounds you. So for a lot of you, based on these 3 cards, a lot of you are going to be trying to manifest a partner or are trying to manifest a partner. Now this could be, most likely I'm thinking this is a romantic partner, but for some of you who are already in relationships, maybe you're just trying to strengthen the partnership that you currently have, or you're trying to attract better friendships or strengthen friendships that you currently have. Okay, so getting into the tarot, right? First we have the 3 of Wands clarified by the Knight of Cups. So the 3 of Wands, as you can see on this card, this person is trying to call the eagle to them. So that's kind of going back to what the Oracle card was saying about receiving. Okay, so you're working on calling in your Knight of Cups. Okay, so that's why I'm thinking that this is a romantic partner. This is somebody who is an emotional connection for you. Okay, so we have the Emperor here clarified by the 2 of Wands. So this to me is saying that even though you're trying to call this person in to your life, at this point, they're not ready to be in your life. Okay, so either, you know, there's some blockages here. There's something that's blocking and preventing you guys from being together, because with the 2 of Wands, right, this person is not noticing this wand that's right behind them. So there's something that's preventing the both wands from being visible. So to me, that's saying that somebody in this relationship is not ready. They're not ready to be called to you, or you're having some blockages here. I actually feel like it could be them. Okay, so with the King of Pentacles being clarified by the Queen of Wands reversed, right? So with Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands to me is kind of associated with magic or manifesting. Okay, obviously all the queens can manifest. But with the Queen of Wands, there's just a magical quality to her, but it was reversed. To me, this is saying you're putting too much work into attracting this person. You can kind of just sit back and ask the universe for this person to come to you, and when they're ready, they will arrive in your life, right? Like, you just need to put yourself in the position to receive. You've planted the seeds here with the 7 of Pentacles. You're doing the work, and you will be rewarded in the end with this partner, with the Ace of Wands here. And I actually kind of feel like it's not even you who's blocking your blessings. I do think for a large group of you, it could be your partner is not ready, and that's why they're not appearing to you yet, or if they are in your life already, they're not catching on. You know, you're the person for them. Yes. With the King of Pentacles here, right? Like, this is your potential partner. I do feel like they're distracted by other things right now, right? Because here on this card, the King of Pentacles, they've got their money, but then they got a person here, they got somebody over here, there's like they're not paying attention, right? Like this is not a, like their partnerships is not a priority, or their partnership with you. There's just other things on their mind right now that's preventing them from manifesting into your life. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some more cards here on this. First we have Balance. Then we have Hunger. Okay, so I'm just going to read from the book a little bit about these two cards. So Balance says, seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Ground yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present. I seek and maintain healthy balance in my life. Okay, and then with the Hunger card, the book is saying, feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle. Prosperity will come. Do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. Okay, so with the Balance card, this is talking about balancing your ability to receive versus your ability to take action. Okay, right, and again, like I said before, you guys, you've already done the work. I do think it's your partner that is blocking. They need to work some things out before they're ready to come into your life. So you basically done all the work. So you need to balance out this need to put in effort, and then also your ability to receive. Right now you're doing more of that masculine energy of putting in a lot of energy and effort and work, when you just kind of need to sit back, just ask the universe for what you want, and it's going to come. So make sure you balance that out. Then with Hunger, again, you guys, when it comes to manifesting, you can kind of just ask for what you want and just wait. Okay, because the Hunger card is talking about there being cycles. Okay, so with life, things ebb and flow. You're going to have high points. You're going to have low points. Right now, you're not at a high point, okay? But you're getting there. It's kind of like you're on an incline towards the mountain. The top of the mountain is what you're trying to manifest, which is, I'm guessing, you're a partner or a relationship or a friendship. And, you're halfway up the mountain right now. Actually, you're already at the top of the mountain. You're at the mountain peak. It's your partner or your friend, potential partner, potential friend, that needs to do the rest of the work to climb up the mountain to meet you where you're at. All right, I'm going to pull 2 final oracle cards on the situation. These cards just flew out. Okay, so we have Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And then we have Surrender to non-action, which is what I was saying before. All of these things are aligning, okay? So now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So again, you guys have done the work. You don't need to do... You can kind of just sit back and chill and wait. Of course, surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. So basically, you guys just need to believe that what you're trying to manifest can happen, and it will happen. I think this is a pretty positive reading, to be honest. You don't need to feel hopeless. You don't need to feel like you're doing something wrong. You don't need to feel like this is never going to happen, because it is happening. It's on its way to you. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands here. Your Knight of Cups. They're on their way. All right. But, when you're in a partnership, it takes 2 people to make a partnership work. And right now, your partner is not in the position to make your partnership work. If you were to meet them right now, things wouldn't happen. Okay, or if they were to get into a relationship with you right now, the relationship wouldn't be as strong as if you just waited for them to get their things together. Okay, a little bit more, stop being distracted by these other things. That way, when you guys do meet or do get into your partnership, the relationship is going to be even stronger. So you guys you guys can good. You guys can, take a seat, to have a little drink, you know what I'm saying? Sip some water, take a nap. Everything's good. So group number 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'm going to move on to group number 3. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what is blocking your blessings. So first, I drew some oracle cards, and then we have some tarot to get more clarity on the situation. But we're going to start with this card. I pulled compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. Freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. And partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. Okay, so right away, it's pretty interesting that both the freedom and the partnership, freedom, which talks about independence, and the partnership card is being shown here. So some of you may be internally struggling between choosing independence and choosing your relationships, or you're struggling to find a balance in that. This could be a romantic or platonic situation, and I think the solution here is probably going to be compassion. So seeing the light in yourself and others, trusting other people. But yeah, let's look into the cards here. So first we have the Queen of Swords, clarified by the Six of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is a very logical person. They have no problem with that sword. They have no problem cutting people or situations out of their life that they don't care for. All right, and the Six of Swords talks about getting away from a situation, leaving a situation, but maybe not being super happy about it, feeling a little more bittersweet. So with these two cards here, I think some of you could be in a position of a Queen of Swords where you're more independent. You don't really let people in easily, and you sort of leave relationships feeling like, because you want to be independent, but at the same time, you're feeling a little bittersweet about it because part of you does want that companionship, or you want these relationships with other people. So some of you could be choosing people who are not trustworthy, and it's putting you on edge because we do have the Nine of Wands here, so which is talking about sort of being bruised and battered, but like you're still standing up defending yourself. So maybe you're not choosing the right partners, and that's why you keep escaping back toward independence, or you are afraid to not have independence anymore. Okay, and then with the Nine of Wands being clarified by the Page of Wands, that could be talking about you using your intuition, right? Because the Page of Wands is the person who is listening to these birds and nature. So it could just be that like you're getting hunches about people and you ignored them in the past, and now it's setting you on edge because every relationship you get into or could potentially have, you sort of get back into defense mode right here, and you just don't even want to bother because you don't want to get hurt and have to sort of pack up your stuff and leave like this person is doing with the Six of Swords. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with wanting that independence and wanting freedom, but you also have to be compassionate towards other people and understand that not everybody is going to hurt you. Not everybody deserves to be judged based off the mistakes of other people who have hurt you in the past. And that's what it's talking about here on the compassion card, where it's saying forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. So you need to heal this part of yourself that is afraid to, get into relationships with other people because, they could do something to you that makes you just kind of want to pack your stuff and leave. Okay, then with the Three of Cups here, clarified by the Page of Cups. So, this perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about. Let me pick this up. Okay, so with the Three of Cups, right? Like, this is a card talking about friends, companions, having a celebration. And then when you look at the Page of Cups, there's also three people here, but one person is being selfish and drinking from the cup, while the other two people are sort of looking on, wishing they could also be drinking from the cup. All right, so this is talking about you not being willing to get into these relationships with people because you're afraid they're going to drain you. They're going to drain your energy. Okay, so some of you could be empaths, I think, and you're attracting more toxic people or people that are projecting onto you or want to tell you all of their problems. And now as a result, just to protect yourself, you're just like, you don't even want to let people in. You're very defensive and you have your walls built up. And instead of everyone getting a cup, now it's like you're always worried that only one person is going to get the cup and it's not going to be you. So that is a concern. Then we have the Fool card clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. So the Fool card to me is about taking risks. And the Eight of Pentacles, as depicted in this illustration, to me is more about stepping outside of your home. Okay, stepping outside of your comfort zone. And just taking a chance on people. Okay, so using your intuition is going to be a huge help here to make the distinction between people who are toxic and people who are not. Okay, and then with the Tower card, this group got an extra card flew out. So this is talking about breaking down your beliefs around what it means to be in a partnership, what it means to have independence, breaking down your beliefs about what people are capable, not what people are capable of, but what people, just going into relationships with the same belief that people are going to hurt you when they may have the best intentions. Okay, but you're not giving them that chance to show you what kind of person they are, or in the past you maybe ignored that voice in your head that lets you know, hey, Martha is not someone you can trust. We can't trust Martha. We can't trust Steve. Steve is not that person. Steve is not the person for you. But you weren't listening, and now you're walking into the other relationships with the same mind frame when you really shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some more oracle cards on the situation. So Spirit, what is blocking? Group 3's blessings. We have the Path, Balance. The Path and Balance. Okay, so I'm gonna read from the book a little bit about these two cards. So with the Path, it says, the way is open for you. The path is illuminated. Begin the journey now. Respond and take action. We must be courageous and move forward. Okay, so some of you may be presented with a relationship soon or have already been that is potentially a good one. And Spirit is encouraging you to embody this Fool energy and step away from this Queen of Swords energy. Okay, so just embodying, well, not stepping away from it, but just embodying, trying to take more risks and trusting in trusting your intuition to allow you to find out if this person is trustworthy or not. The only way you can form these strong partnerships the way you want to is if you move away from these old negative thinking patterns. Okay, and that's what the path is talking about. Then with the balance card, the book says, seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Ground yourself and allow your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances in your life are at present. Okay, so again, this is talking about you going between freedom and partnership. You being independent, being in a relationship. Okay, you're struggling between the two, and right now you're kind of going more towards that extreme freedom, and in the past you were more extreme towards partnership, and you got burned as a result. Okay, so that you can be independent and also be in relationships with other people, but it's about setting those boundaries. It's about not believing that or not judging people harshly immediately based off of the actions of the past or the actions of others. So the past is really holding you guys back, okay, and you need to sort of move away from that. Okay, I'm going to pull 2 more cards. Okay, so 5 cards flew out. I wanted 2. 5 cards flew out. So the first card we have here is surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay, so with surrender stubbornness, this is talking about these old ways of thinking. This is talking about staying stuck in these cycles of of judging people and not trusting people. Okay, that's something we need to move away from. Then we have surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of the heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. Okay. Surrendering worry, that's that 9 of Wands right there. Trusting in Spirit, using your intuition to help you make the best decisions. Then we have surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. Okay, so you guys already intuitively feel like these people or this person who is coming into your life are good for you. You guys need to surrender to that and listen to that, because that's what your body's telling you. That's probably true. As long as you keep up those energy boundaries, but don't take it to extremes, you should be good. Then we have surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. This card speaks for itself. I kind of pretty much already went over these negative thinking patterns that some of you guys may be having. Lord Jesus. And then finally, we have surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. Okay, so you guys are meant to have strong, positive relationships with other people, relationships that make you happy, people and things that make you happy. So trust in the universe, use your intuition, get away from these old thinking patterns, and everything should be good for you guys. So group number 3, thank you for watching this reading. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to move on to group number 4. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what is blocking your blessings. I've drawn some oracle cards here, and then I have tarot cards beneath that to clarify the situation. Then I'll also be drawing some more oracle cards later. But first, we'll go through these. So the first card I drew was support. Ask for help. Get more rest. Nurture yourself. Adventure. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. And awareness. Live in the moment. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guidance. You guys are moving into a period of more change, okay? Because we do have the adventure card here. But I'm going to go into tarot first, and then we'll get more into that. So then we have the Page of Wands clarified by the Ten of Cups. So here, this could be talking about the support card specifically, because in the Page of Wands, as you can see, he is sort of listening to these birds, and then right below it's clarified by Ten of Cups, which is a card of having support, being held up by other people, just having a family. So in regards to the support, it's talking about listening or soliciting advice from other people, seeking help from other people, seeking guidance from other people, not being so stubborn and independent. Like, you may feel like you can't share with other people what you're going through because they'll think of you differently, or they won't understand what you're going through, when really these are the people around you are going to be an immense support system, and they'll be able to give you guidance on how to move forward in the situation in a way that's healthy for you, and then also makes you feel like you're not so alone. Then we have the Two of Wands clarified by the Justice card here. So in this card, I feel like this is talking about being shackled down, because we have this person tied down to these two wands and they don't even realize it. Okay, and so the Justice card is also, because it's, if you guys are familiar with Greek mythology, there is a goddess known as Persephone. She was kidnapped by Hades, the god of the underworld. She ends up getting trapped there after she eats this, whatchamacallit, she eats a pomegranate, which is what that fruit is right there. And so she has to spend like half her time in the underworld and then half her time above ground. Okay, so I feel like you guys are being tied down to something, but only you have the power to free yourselves. Okay, and that's where the Adventure card comes in from the Oracle deck right there. Dare to do things differently. A lot of you guys, you're trapped in like a cycle. Okay, you're trapped in almost like a karmic cycle where you're doing the same things over and over again, and you're hoping for a different result. But that's not going to happen until you change the way you're doing things. And that's where that support group comes in. Because once you start asking other people for help, right? Because this person is alone and they're focused on this bird and they're not focused on the fact that they're trapped by these two wands. Once you have other people around you, they're going to be able to be like, hey, friend, you got something tied to your leg and your arm. Maybe you want to remove that. Maybe that's going to help you. Okay, so other people have the ability to see things that you're not, because you're so stuck in these cycles that you need like fresh eyes in the situation. Okay, then we have the Moon card clarified by the Four of Swords. Okay, so a lot of you, again, you're going into a period. Well, I don't know if I said this already, but you're going into a period of healing. Okay, you're going into a period where you need to sort of listen to you're going through like an emotional transformation, an emotional metamorphosis. Okay, but in order to go through this emotional metamorphosis, you need to sort of take a pause and think through what's going on and really realize that you're stuck in the cycle, and the only way to get out of it is to make a big change. All right, so a lot of you could be contemplating moving. You could be contemplating traveling to a new place, but we'll get into that in a second. So this is where the awareness card comes in, where it says live in the moment, be conscious of your thoughts, look for signs and guidance. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on in this Four of Swords. This is a person who's laying down, they're surrounded by their thoughts, and it's when you're quiet and you're sitting still that messages and guidance is really going to come through for you guys. Okay, so we'll just listen to the signs and really take a moment to sit back, relax, and recuperate and reassess the situation that you're in. Then finally, we have the Eight of Cups clarified by the Strength card. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of traveling and moving, because the Eight of Cups usually talks about walking away from maybe an emotionally heavy situation or something that's tying you down emotionally. And then we have the Strength card to support that. So this is something that's going to be a huge part of your growth, is walking away from something. And that's why you need your support group, because once you walk away from this situation, you're going to need people around you who are going to be able to, you know, help hold you up and, you know, be there for you, because this is going to be something that may, you know, this is something that, you know, really mattered to you, or someone or that really mattered to you, and to walk away from them, it's going to, you know, you're going to go through like a grieving stage, and having your friends or your family or whatever around you is really going to help you move through that in an easier way. And this situation is overall going to strengthen you. It's going to put you more in touch with, you know, sides of yourself that you didn't even think you were capable of having. And yeah. Now I'm going to draw some more oracle cards here in the situation. So let me see. Spirit, what is blocking group number 4 as blessings? So we have self-reflection. And we have focus. Okay, so I'm going to read from the book a little bit about each of these cards. So for the self-reflection card, it says, be curious about your own nature. Choose to turn inwards to quietly contemplate who and what you are and want. The more you know about yourself, the more you are able to steer yourself well. Know what you believe and why, yet be open to the development of new beliefs and ways of being. Then for the focus card, it says, you must focus on the task at hand right now. There is no room for a scattergun approach. Put on the blinkers and do not listen to gossip or negative people. If you make a mistake, it is your mistake to make. Do not waste your focus. Do not split your attention into too many pieces. For the self-reflection card, this goes back to what I was saying with the Four of Swords and the Moon card, where you just need to take a step back and really think about what it is that has led you to this place and how you can get out of it and what you're going to do about it, okay? Because right now you guys are distracted by something or whatever. You're distracted by something and you're not really seeing what the issue is. And doing that self-reflection is really going to help you. And then that's why the focus card is also there, because when you're putting yourself around negative people or situations, it's hard for you to focus on what really matters and focus on what you want out of the situation as opposed to what's going to please other people. So I keep saying this, I'm hammering it home, just really take a step back. And, you know, when you choose to walk away from the situation, make sure you have your support group around you to give you some guidance and support. Okay, now I'm going to draw some more cards here. First card we have is Surrender to Prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard through the universe, and answers and support will arrive. Then we have Surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Finally, we have Surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So for Surrender to Prayer, right, this is going back to the awareness card and that Four of Swords and the Moon card. So taking a break is really going to help you guys listen in on those messages and get guidance, intuitive guidance on what you need to be doing moving forward. And then another thing that's interesting about this card is that it says you will be heard when you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So that's going back to that support card. So support doesn't also doesn't also have to be people who are physically in your life. It can also be support from your spirit guides. It can be support from your ancestors. If you have a specific religion, whatever god or gods you believe in, it can be support from them. So being able to asking for help can also just be, through the form of praying. Okay, help can come in multiple ways. So just keep that in mind. Then for surrender to your soul's path. Okay, this is going back to adventure, the Eight of Cups. Okay, a lot of you guys, you're going to be leaving something behind. Okay, whether that involves you physically moving away from these people or traveling, that's part of your path. Okay, that's part of your journey. So when you are more aware of, sort of the twists and turns that life can take, and you understand that things aren't always going to turn out the way as planned, surrender your attachment to results, it's easier to go with the flow. And it's easier to hear, to get those messages that it's time to change things, or it's time to do something that you didn't plan on. Okay, so just going with the flow is going to help you guys a lot. And then with the attachment to results, the Two of Wands here, being tied down to those two wands, that could also be your attachment to what you think should be going on, or what you think should happen, the outcome of what you think needs to happen. All right, so when you let go of the results and you just focus on the journey and just going with the flow, things just unfold in an easier way, in a way that's less emotionally, or could be potentially emotionally less draining for you. But yeah. Well, group number 4. I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to move on to group number 5. Hello, group number 5. Welcome to your pick a card reading on what is blocking your blessings. So first I pulled some oracle cards. Then we have tarot. And then once I go through these, I'm also going to pull a couple more cards to get more clarity on the situation. Okay, so first we have gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. Then we have rebirth. Reinvent yourself. Give life to your dreams. Create a new reality. We have action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Then we have beloved. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. Okay, so I feel like you guys are leaving a time of contemplation, a time of sitting back and thinking and rest. And you're moving forward into a time of more action and, taking steps to really create the life that you want. And I also feel like this past period may have been a little bit more turbulent, which is why had more turbulence in your relationships, which is why gentleness and beloved are here. Because gentleness talks about being kind to yourself and others, and beloved is also talking about romance is returning to your relationships. So let's get into the tarot. The first card we have is the Emperor, which is clarified by the Five of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is what I was saying before. Previously, you guys were in a period of time where you would kind of jump into battle unprepared. Okay? And now because it's reversed, it's saying that was what was happening before. So maybe you would argue with people and you would say the wrong thing, or you would be way too harsh with your words. Because if you can see on this card, this man, he is holding 2 swords and he has like 3 swords on the ground. He's kind of running into the fire. Like, he's not looking where he's going. Like, it's just very chaotic. Okay, you're battling, you're in this war, but you're a mess. Okay, right? So that's kind of the energy you're leaving. All right, and now we're in the Emperor energy, which means that you can take action that is can we focus? Yes. So now we're taking action. We're feeling more confident. We're less scatterbrained. Like now that we've really sat back and thought about how to take action, we can we're making the right moves now. Okay, we're not just sort of rushing in without any sort of plan and with barbed or hurtful words. Okay, so because beloved is here, I'm guessing that some of you may have been saying hurtful words to a loved one. And because rebirth is here, now you're in a period of time where, you've contemplated your actions, and now you can rebuild this relationship in a more healthy way. Okay. Then we have the Queen of Wands, clarified by the Four of Swords. The Queen of Wands is someone who is very action oriented. They're very confident. And they're sort of like a magician type where they can really create the life that they want through their actions and their thoughts. Okay, they're like master manifestors to me. So that being said, and it's clarified by Four of Swords. So again, your action and your confidence is backed up by the period of rest and contemplation that you previously had. Right? You were able to really take note of your thoughts, take note of your thought patterns and why you are the way you are. And now you can sort of move forward like, okay, I know what it is I'm doing now. Hello. Okay, then with Six of Wands clarified by the Strength card. Okay, so now you're presenting yourself to the other people in your life, these people whose relationships that you're in the process of healing. Now you're presenting yourself to them as a person that they can trust, a person who, just as a leader, a person who thinks before they speaks. You've gone through some internal changes, and I think people will be able to see that when you present yourself to them, and maybe if you're trying to apologize for what has happened in the past, and all that stuff. So in the gentleness card, that relates to the strength card because normally most strength cards, it's talking about it shows a woman sort of taming a lion. And then that's talking about just being gentle with yourself, being gentle with that harsher, more animalistic, you could say, part of yourself that, used to say hurtful things or would rush into situations. It's talking about forgiving yourself for that. Because now that you've gone through that period, you can move forward knowing, how you should not be acting or you just have a better idea of how to approach your relationships with other people in a way that's healthy now that you've gone through this period of trying to tame that darker part of yourself. Then we have the Nine of Wands reversed, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Nine of Wands reversed is talking about how defensive you used to be. Okay, how you were always on edge, you were always ready for battle. Okay, and this is going back to that Five of Swords I was talking about before, where you would go into battle, but just unprepared and chaotic and saying the wrong thing. All right, so this is just kind of reinforcing that. I feel like these relationships, I feel like they're mainly with women. I could be wrong. But why did I say it like that? Yes, I feel like it could be with other women, like maybe some of your female friendships, or if you are attracted to women, maybe it is a woman you are dating. But yeah, this just feels like very defensive, threatened by other women who are doing well kind of energy. I could be wrong, but maybe that resonates with some of you. Ooh. The Knight of Pentacles here, to me, is talking about maybe when you were defensive in terms of like your your resources. So maybe you're the type of person who you didn't like to share your resources with others. So for example, this is just an example, I'm not saying that this applies for sure to you specifically, but for example, if you find a book on how to build a better business. Okay, you find a self-help book on how to build a better business. You have a friend who also is struggling with their small business. You're not going to tell your friend what book you just read. You're not going to be like, oh, you know what's going to help you, friend? Read Business 101 by Lisa Smith. Like, it's kind of like you're going to withhold that information because you feel like you can't share that kind of thing. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is about their resources and their money. Okay, so there's something about resources here that you were reluctant to share, or you were being very defensive of, and you felt like you were being threatened by other people. But now that you've gone through this period of healing, you're going to be able to take action in terms of repairing these relationships. The Knight of Pentacles could also be talking about how this defensiveness was something that you carried with you for a very long time, like for years. And that's another reason why you need to be gentle with yourself, is because this is something that you learned as a child, okay, or observing it through other people when you were younger. It's not something you can overnight get rid of or stop doing. It's something that first you have to become aware of, and then it's going to take you also a long time to fully divest yourself of that behavior, okay, or become aware and figure out how to channel that energy into a more positive and healthy way. So don't beat yourself up for having it take you so long to realize how this behavior was affecting your relationships with other people, because now you can move forward in your life with an even better perspective of how relationships should be handled. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple more oracle cards here. First, we have self-love, we have gratitude, and we have protection. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit from the book on each of these cards. So for self-love, it says, radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and self-love. Okay, so this is going back to that 9 of Wands card over here that we were going over before, where we were feeling very defensive. And then also goes back to this gentleness card where it's talking about being kind to yourself and others, speak words of love. So you guys, a lot of these, some of these issues that you were having was a result of not loving yourself enough, because you would compare yourself to other people and you would feel sort of threatened by them, and it would cause you to lash out in an unhealthy way. Okay, so self-love, practicing self-love and gentleness and nurturing yourself on a daily basis is really going to help you moving forward with your healing. Then for the gratitude card, it says, be where you are and be thankful. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. Okay, so again, being grateful for what you went through in the past. Okay, forgiving yourself for the old you, the way you used to be, and just moving forward into this rebirth period. Because those situations that was something you had to go through. That was like a lesson you had to learn. And you should be grateful that you were able to learn that lesson, because a lot of people, they may still be going through, they still may be trying to learn that lesson that you have already sort of integrated into your newer self. Okay, and then protection, that says your higher power, however you describe this, is a loving and protective energy. You are loved and protected. Identify your fears. You can protect yourself better. Trust in yourself. So yeah, you are loved and protected. And if you look on the beloved card, it says, Believe you are lovable. So all this ties in the self-love, protection, the beloved, the gratitude. With protection, you can trust that you have support from a higher being or spirit guides or what have you to move forward with confidence, right? Like if you speak words of positivity in regards to your relationships or attracting people who are right for you in your relationships, you don't have to worry about feeling like you have to lash out at them or whatever, because this is a relationship that is divinely ordained, potentially. Okay, yeah, all right. I'm going to pull more cards here for group 4. So pulled some more cards. First, we have surrender to your creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Then we have surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Finally, we have surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Surrender to creativity. Right. I think this has to do with the way you manage conflict in your life. There's other ways to manage conflict other than saying hurtful things to people. All right. And that's why surrender to spirit is also here, because sometimes spirit can just work things out for you. All right. If you pray for a better outcome, set the intention for a positive interactions with people, sometimes spirit can just handle the rest. All right. They can remove people from your life who should not even be there anymore or what have you. And then in terms of surrender your attachment to results, a lot of you guys can be very stubborn. You want things to go a certain way. You want things to go your way. But sometimes it's okay to admit that you're wrong and to move forward. Just integrating these lessons you're learning and creating more positive outcomes for yourself in the future as a result. So group 5, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'm going to move on to group number 6. Hello, group number 6, and welcome to your pick a card reading on what is blocking your blessings. As you can see, I pulled some oracle cards here. Then we're going to get into the tarot, and then I also have some more oracle cards that I've not drawn yet that we'll go over later. But first card we drew here is discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Then we have action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Then we have dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. So a lot of you guys are trying to manifest some big things into your life, but you need to be more discerning over who you're trusting with your dreams, because when you tell people who are negative or who are low-key hating on you about your dreams or what you're trying to accomplish, sometimes that brings the energy around the manifestation down, and it makes it harder to manifest. But we'll see. Let's get into the tarot cards. So first we have the 6 of Pentacles clarified by the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 6 of Pentacles depicts someone who is sharing their resources with other people. And then the 4 of Pentacles is talking about someone who they don't want to share their resources. Okay, so this is going back to this discernment card, right? I feel like this is you guys being very generous with others, sharing things with others, whether that's information about yourself, information in general, whether that's money, some type of resources you're sharing with other people, when really maybe you need to embody more of this 4 of Pentacles energy where you're kind of just keeping it to yourself. Okay, and it doesn't mean you have to be completely selfish, like this person is hoarding money and food. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to do all that, but just being more careful of who you're sharing things with. Okay, sometimes you don't know people's intentions all the way, and so you want to make sure you're giving out information and items and things very sparingly. It could also be talking about how you're generous about giving things out to other people, and in return, these people don't want to share with you. Like it's not an equal exchange happening here, right? Like you're the one who's constantly sharing, and then the people around you, they're not giving you anything back. They're not pouring into you the way that you're pouring into them. Actually, I think that's what it is. Now that I'm looking at these other cards, because then we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is usually a card of family, okay, of roots, of dynasty, you know, if you will. Then we have the Page of Cups, which in this deck is more of like a selfish energy. So I feel like these people you guys are having issues with are your family members, especially because we do have the Ten of Cups later on over here in this reading as well, which I'll get to in a second. But I feel like your family members are sort of taking advantage of you, or they don't all have the best intentions for you in terms of what you're trying to accomplish here. So you need to really potentially start to move in silence. Okay, because if you're not careful, some of your family members or people, someone around you is, you know, drinking all the juice and you have nothing. All right. Then with the Page of Pentacles clarified by the King of Swords. So I feel like this Page of Pentacles right now is you guys. Like you're the one who has this resource or idea or what have you that you're trying to nurture and build up. And the King of Swords is sort of like this family member or person around you who is trying to take advantage of you or doesn't have the best intentions for you or is not wishing you well. So you need to be careful of giving too much to this King of Swords because he will snatch it. He will snatch that pentacle from you so quick. Okay, then with the Ten of Cups clarified by the Hanged Man. Again, this is another card that's usually about family or your friends or something. And then we have the Hanged Man. So this is talking about how in terms of action around your family or if it's not your family, it's your friends or whatever, what have you, you kind of just want to keep things to yourself. You want to keep things on the hush hush, move in silence, like I said. As you can see by this dance card, this unicorn is dancing at nighttime when, you know, other people may not be around. So that's kind of how you guys need to move. You guys need to be trying to manifest things on your own for the time being, because, you know, if you're doing things in the light, some people may not be giving you good vibes back. But now is definitely a time to take action in terms of making your dreams happen, but just make sure you're doing it in silence. The Ten of Cups, I think, is also with the Hangman, is also talking about you're not going to be able to change your family members' minds. So if you're dealing with or family or friend. So if you're dealing with a person who, you know, maybe, for example, just an example, not saying this is your reality, but let's say you want to go to college and you have a family member or a friend or someone in your life who is kind of doubtful that you should go to college or you'll be able to do well or whatever. You may feel like you need to try to convince them that that's not true, that they'll be able to do it. Like, I think the Hanged Man here is just telling you, don't waste your energy or your time dealing with these people. Just focus on yourself. Like, you really just want to bring that energy inward instead of expelling it, because like I said earlier, you're expelling a lot of energy and you're not getting it back in return, and that kind of unequal exchange is going to drain you eventually. Okay, now I'm gonna pull some more cards for you guys. So what is blocking group 6's blessing? First we have blossoming. Then we have the unexpected. Then we have you guys. You guys. What? The cards don't lie. The cards don't lie. And then we have the path. Wow, I just got chills when discernment came out again. Anyways, I'm gonna read from the book a little bit about each of these cards. They're not even centered, but I'm so shook that discernment came out twice that I can't even fix it. Okay, so blossoming. Do not give up. You have planned for this. Take no notice of what others think or say about you. Open and rise. Someone around you may be jealous of your success. Mark your victories. You guys, that's what I said. I mean, kind of, but in fewer words. Listen. Not everybody around you is rooting for you. You need to keep things on the hush hush. Take no notice of what others think or say about you. So again, if you have someone around you that is talking trash to you or about you and you are aware of it, which I feel like a lot of you are, just take a note. You know what I mean? Like, take a note in your head. Okay, so that cousin or that friend of mine, I can't trust them. Give them as little of my energy as possible while I work on manifesting my goals and dreams. Okay, then we're going to talk about the unexpected here. So the unexpected, the book says, no matter how well you plan, there is always room for the unexpected to occur. But build your resilience as rare occurrences can happen. A visitor you have not seen in a long time may re-enter your life. Okay, so some of you guys, you need to be prepared for a surprise. So that surprise could be whatever family member or friend who is not someone who you should be trusting. Maybe they are going to do something, or someone's going to come back into your life that's going to negatively just put some negative energy on your goal. Or this could just be like a general warning that whatever you're trying to manifest, something unexpected could happen. But in any case, expect the unexpected in life and just try to go with the flow of things. Okay, because every setback is a lesson to be learned so that you could come back even stronger than you would have had that setback not even occurred in the first place. Okay, then I'm going to read discernment. So that one says, take care in your choices now. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see. Something has been obscured, but now it has been revealed to you. Examine it closely. Don't take anything at face value. Make sure the people that you are forming relationships with are people that are worth your time. Or, if you have to take things slow in order to figure that out, then that's what you got to do. All right? Because this is a time where you should, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to hold things close to you until you're sure of what people's true intentions are. And that doesn't mean that you have to be selfish or mean to people, but it just means that you have to look out for yourself first. And, people always will show you who they are in time. So keep that in mind. Group number 6. Then finally, I'm going to go over the path. The way is open for you. The path is illuminated. Begin your journey now. Respond and take action. We must be courageous and move forward. Okay. So that's what the action card is talking about here. It's just reinforcing that. So if you're not aware of someone in your life or someone coming into your life who could negatively impact your dreams or your goals, I don't want you to feel like you can't move or you can't do anything. Like, this is a time to take action. There's 2 cards here that talk about that. This is a time to move forward with your goals. And even the dance card talks about that too. Now is the time to move forward with manifesting your goals. But just be careful as you move through life. Just make sure you look left, you look right, you look up, you look down before you move forward, because there could be some snakes in the grass. A couple more cards here I'm going to pull for group number 6. Okay, so 5 cards flew out for you guys. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Okay, so this goes back to that 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles, where you're pouring a lot of energy into other people. People are not giving you that same energy in return. Okay, so focusing on yourself during this time is going to help you guys a lot with discerning who is for you and who is against you. Next, we have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Your intuition is going to tell you who you can trust and who you cannot when it comes to forming relationships with other people or the situations that you find yourself in while you are trying to manifest your desired goals. Okay, so with the unexpected, that's going to be like a tower moment that happens for you guys. The unexpected was that card we went over right there. So when you're going through that difficult situation, that tower moment, that unexpected moment, your intuition is going to help guide you through that so that you can come out of that as unscathed as possible, basically. Next, we're going to go over surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Okay, so going back to that dance card we had earlier, it said, move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life. So that's kind of reinforcing what's being said on this card with going with the flow of life and also with the unexpected. Sometimes things unexpectedly happen. Like, this is just letting you know that everything that's happening is for a reason. Life is a series of cycles. Things are going to go up, things are going to go down, and there's nothing to really be concerned about or to stop you from trying to pursue your goals. But just going with the flow is going to help you a lot with your mental fortitude, your mental health, all that stuff. Then we have surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So again, unexpected things are going to happen. People in your life are going to maybe try to sabotage you or trying to make you doubt yourself. But taking a minute to center yourself and really think through what's going on, that's going to help you a lot. And then finally, we have surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in life. A lot of the messages that were coming through today were about taking action. So if you guys are having any self-doubts that are preventing you from taking action, this is a good time to surrender these outdated beliefs about yourself, because that's going to hold you back from achieving your goals. Okay. And then also, if you're a people pleaser and your outdated beliefs are about, making you think you're not lovable or making you think you have to do the most for people in order to get them to like you, that's got to go too. Okay. Because right now we need to be exercising discernment, and people pleasing is going to conflict a lot with that discernment, your ability to discern who people really are. But anyways, group 6, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope that it resonated with you. And thank you again for watching. Bye.